At this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger.
It started with a campaign called Shock and Awe, designed to be rapid and powerful. At first, many Americans were on board with the plan, in part because of this earlier announcement by Secretary of State Colin Powell.
One of the most worrisome things that emerges from the thick intelligence file we have on Iraq's biological weapons is the existence of mobile production facilities used to make biological agents.
Weapons of mass destruction, a key factor in selling the war, combined with the idea of bringing freedom to the Iraqi people. This gesture, largely symbolic and discovered later to be staged and directed by U.S. troops. Still, it was presented as a win for the Americans and a sign of a free Iraq, just 20 days after the invasion began. A few weeks later, President Bush landed on an aircraft carrier and declared, "Mission accomplished."
In the Battle of Iraq, the United States and our allies have prevailed.
It was a short-lived victory speech that withered in the shadows of reality. That the short war that was promised became one of America's longest, with more than 4,000 American deaths and nearly 1 million Iraqi civilians estimated killed as well. Along the way, America's reputation increasingly soiled by images of Americans humiliating Iraqi prisoners.
Come on, fire!
Or helicopter pilots shooting unarmed Iraqis video game style. Still, many stick to this storyline they hope will show up in the history books.
Going into Iraq was the right thing to do.
The progress in Iraq has allowed us to continue our policy of return on success.
I don't think that it damaged our reputation around the world. I just don't believe that. I think it was sound policy that dealt with a very serious problem and that eliminated Saddam Hussein.
This image, another graphic and memorable one. Iraq's former leader being hanged on December 30th, 2006. Even President Obama, whose anti-Iraq war stance helped propel him into office, is asking others now to leave Iraq alone.
Other nations must not interfere in Iraq. Iraq's sovereignty must be respected.
Iraq now home to the largest U.S. embassy in the world. And while the combat troops are gone, 16,000 will stay to guard the embassy.
Today we mark the end of Operation New Dawn.
Now the flags are being lowered.
Though these storied colors will fly no more, they will never fade in the memory of all who have sacrificed so much.
The bases cleared out.
To bring the promise of freedom to the people of Iraq.
It was a freedom never asked for and came with a high price. For both Iraqi and American citizens, the war was neither painless nor prompt. It left the people of Iraq with a country destroyed by a decade of war, teetering on the verge of sectarian chaos, as two changed nations try now to look ahead. Christine Frizzell, RT.